Hi, this is Dizzy, and I would like to enlighten you with some things I underlined from my own big old document of my Asperger's diagnosis. These are just some things that I found, interesting or something I would perhaps want a parent to maybe take note of. So, aside from the fact that they describe me as Dizzy, is a 20-year-old right-handed Caucasian female. Well, thanks for summing me up. Um, Relevant background, and these are the only things I highlighted. It's a huge diagnosis. It looks like a novel. Okay. Fear of crowded places, panic attacks with shakes, rapid heart rate. Yes, this happens a lot. It's called a panic attack. Social withdrawal. Maybe I just like being alone. Head banging against the wall. I never said that. This is what happens when you get an Israeli doctor. I said I hit my head. I didn't say I hit it on the wall. Um, Being clumsy and easily bruised. I'm covered in bruises. Uh, I fall down, daily. So, I guess that's relevant. Um, Passing of her mother 4 years ago affected her emotionally and functionally. This is true. I was very close to my mother. Her goals are completing the evaluation and continuing to graduate school. Scratch that. I don't plan on going back to school unless it's for criminology. Behavioral observations. Presented subdued mood with constricted affect. She appears anxious, tense, and restless with poor eye contact. Speech was reticent, low, slow, monotonous, and redundant. So, I'm monotonous. Uh, Testing impressions. Uh, Questionnaires completed by Miss Dizzy's, I almost spelled my last name there. Miss Dizzy's boyfriend suggested high likelihood of the diagnosis of Asperger's. There are difficulties understanding social cues, rules, feelings of others, heightened interest in a narrow subject, which is what this channel is about, peculiar and eccentric behavior. I feel like I look normal, but I'm definitely not. Um, Attention, working memory, and processing speed. It was endorsed inattention and impulsivity symptoms that ranged from average to high average, where they indicated restlessness, excitability, being easily distracted, and difficulty concentrating and sustaining attention. When you're boring me to death, I'm not paying attention. I'm not. Also, I usually am doing about 80 things at once because that's just how I roll. Um, Expressive language. Expressive language score from high average to average range on a word definition task that asks for verbal elaboration and on reasoning task where Miss Dizzy provided intricate descriptions and concept abstraction. Such performance indicates satisfactory expressive language ability. I did have an issue with my neuropsychologist because he had an issue with the fact that I view a giraffe and a zebra as a form of transportation. Put it right on there with a motorcycle. Let's not discriminate. But yeah, I did get points off of my IQ test, I believe, for that. Visuospatial, somewhat weakened visuospatial and visuomotor abilities, aka I don't drive well. Miss Dizzy's strongest performance was on the VCI that included a verbal abstraction task and relied on factual knowledge. Big shocker. And the task of verbal expression, mostly in the high average range and sometimes in the above average range. The PSI task included visual scanning and matching of symbols in the average to low average range, indicating somewhat sluggish hand-eye coordination and attention-sustaining abilities. So I had high average and low average here. Academic achievement. Miss Dizzy's performance on the task of numerical operations, scored in the borderline range, indicated significant difficulties and significantly below her performance on reading and spelling tasks. I'm not good with numbers, not with, calculating them. I can make a budget really easily. That's about it. I probably had difficulty on reading and spelling tasks because I was forced to speak out loud. And a lot of times the story made no sense to me. Such deficiency could be hypothesized to stem from one or more of the following: genetic or cortical underdevelopment, insufficient early academic support, or low self-efficiency. I'm as cocky as anything. I don't think low self-efficiency is an issue here. Executive functioning. This ranges from high average to extremely low. These tasks include a bunch of things nobody cares about. Performance here highlighted adequate ability to plan and devise strategies, but difficulty sustaining concurrent attentional efforts. Just say ADHD. Here we go about the 20-year-old right-handed Caucasian female, even though that's not even correct because now I'm 21 and I'm ambidextrous. Always have been, and I told him that. Don't you love doctors? In summary, testing indicated that Miss Dizzy's performance on memory, intelligence, and verbal academic domains was largely age-appropriate. However, social functioning deficits, anxiety, inattention, and math deficiency appear to interfere significantly with expected academic achievement. So, I was diagnosed with Asperger's disorder. It's Asperger's syndrome. Thank you, sir. Attention deficit / hyperactivity disorder, predominantly inattentive type. Anxiety disorder not otherwise specified. Adjustment disorder with disturbance of conduct. I'm not even sure what that is. Mathematics disorder, aka dyscalculia. I hope that I said that right because it sounds so Transylvanian. Recommendations for me to join all kinds of groups I'm never joining. And social and daily functioning skills are low. to borderline. Mood, low. Anxiety, low. Attention, concentrating, multitasking, borderline. Processing speed, none. Short-term working memory, none. Delayed memory, none. Expressive language naming, none. Verbal reasoning and extraction, none. General intellectual ability, none. Obviously this means I don't have an issue with it, not that I have none. Duh. Academic reading, spelling, none. Academic mathematics, borderline. Visuospatial / nonverbal, low. Cognitive flexibility, borderline. So, if Einstein and Forrest Gump managed to have a kid somehow, I might be the result. So, there's lots of papers, lots of things that are highlighted here, lots of things no one cares about. One thing that's significant to me is the fact that in most people with Asperger's, there's a huge difference between one area and the other. For me, I can do English, anything like that, with rote memory, and I have severe issues with math. So, what are you going to do? That's a very brief thing of how it is to have a diagnosis. And it took about 8 hours for the diagnosis. I had to come back on different days. If you think you have it, be prepared to spend money to get the diagnosis. So, good luck with that, because it's expensive. Anyhow, thank you, and have a good day.